Welcome into Green Live, a Better in Green production. We're back here on a Monday. Boys, I hit a plus 200 this weekend on St. Louis SC, so I'm feeling pretty good. How was your guys' weekend?
Good weekend for me. Didn't have quite the luck. I only made one bet of the weekend. Is for Fernando Tatis Jr. to hit a home run on Saturday. The Padres didn't score a run, so no homer, Fernando. Um, However, I did end up playing blackjack, won like $50 on that. So uh,
Nice.
rarely ever, I rarely ever hit the casinos on the apps, but just felt like doing it Saturday. So yeah, I did that. Got air conditioning back in my house on Friday, so nice and cool down here for the first time in a couple of weeks. So yeah, ready to get at it.
Yeah, that sounds good. The problem with the online casino apps, like on DraftKings or whatever, extremely dangerous. So I was just in Michigan for like the last month. Just got back to DC Saturday, but yeah, I found myself, late at night, 11 o'clock, laying in bed, playing a couple of hands of blackjack. Extremely addicting that you have that like in your grasp now. So that's definitely can go a little overboard on that, but at least you won. I did win. I think I won like $90 earlier in the week on blackjack. I hit like put $10 on the side bets and got like pocket fives or something. So it's
Nice.
like times 8 or whatever. So yeah, but yeah, it's extremely addicting. I'm happy that Virginia doesn't have the online casino, or else I'd be screwed. But yeah, my bets kind of like hit or miss a little bit. MLB's kind of that way. I think I probably went like 50-50. Yeah, speaking of the Padres though, they sucked this series with the Nationals. I thought they were going to come out and have like the game of their lives. I thought Soto was going to have, a revenge game against the Nationals. I think they scored 3 runs total in the 3 games. It was embarrassing and yeah, not great. I kept doubling down on the Padres and it unfortunately did not work out. But also, we didn't even talk about this in our group chat. We have the College World Series tonight. Have you guys been watching that at all?
No, I haven't, I'll be honest.
I've
Okay,
kept up with it, but I haven't watched.
so I watched game 2 yesterday. It's a best of 3. Game 2, the series is now split 1-1, but yesterday Florida won 24-4. They set the world record, or the record for most runs in a College World Series game. That was fun to watch. We also had the Angels score 25 runs in a game, so 2 really big runs. But that game tonight, we have probably the number 1 overall draft pick is pitching for LSU, and I went with Florida as the underdog in this one. After just winning 24-4, I can't not take them a plus 120. But just wanted to bring that up because that's tonight in 45 minutes. So in case you want something other than MLB to bet, you have the College World Series, which again I know nothing about. I've watched 1 college baseball game, but it was pretty electric last night. So I'm looking forward to today.
I got to watch some of the UFC fights on Saturday. Did not make it across the border in time to place my bets, so that was a little bummed out about that. But man, there was one fight I just wanted to bring up real quick. If you guys wanted to go back and watch it, it's Peak versus I forgot his name, starts with an M, but it's Peak, Peek. This dude was just eating kicks and shots to the head. It was like one of the best fights I've seen in a while, man. They're talking about it on the fight that this dude, like, he has no technique, he's just power and he just can't get knocked down. And that is exactly what this dude was. He's just throwing haymakers, would catch this little guy sometimes, but outside of that, he was just eating every shot. If you just like seeing just some guy get the shit beat out of him, you have to go back and watch it. It was one of the best fights I've seen in a while. Just keep moving forward.
That sounds like a movie.
It almost felt like it because I don't think he bled at any point. It was just taking clobbering.
Did he swell up?
Oh yeah. Yeah, he was a puffy dude at the end.
That is hilarious.
But the Peak just keeps coming.
It's kind of funny we still have that kind of sports are still allowed. Like,
Yeah.
it's pretty much gladiators. Like, those guys are on the border of killing each other.
Yeah.
And yeah, we throw money on it, and yeah, don't watch it in front of your children. But
No.
yeah, pretty intense sport.
Yeah, and we're concerned about concussions in football.
Yeah.
You
We're
see some
getting
of
rid
those-
of kickoffs. And we have
Yeah.
two guys murder each other in an octagon cage match. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Have you seen some of those like leg breaks? They're like kicking their ankles off their body because the
Oh,
leg
dude.
just goes flying.
Dude,
Yeah,
yeah.
those are puke worthy for sure.
There was
When Anderson Silva bent his leg around that other guy's leg,
yeah,
that one was disgusting.
I paid for
And then
that
he had
one.
to step back on it.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. It's like they
Good
don't know
God.
until they step on it. It's weird.
Yeah,
It's like, how do you not know?
McGregor's was pretty gross too. He would step
Yeah.
back on it, and that one
Oh.
bent weird too. I lost a
Yeah.
lot of money on that fight. That was stupid.
It was the most fun I'd had watching UFC in a while. I forget her name, but the women's fight, that was the other really good one, and that was a bloodbath. And I don't know if it's just like the guy in me or what, but something just gets your blood going when you just see someone just squirting some blood out of their head. And I mean, she was just ground and pounding this chick, and it was just awesome, man. She gets up, she's screaming, and her whole face is covered in blood. You don't know if it's hers or the other person's. It's just UFC.
Dude,
It's such a fun sport.
The girls freak me out, man. I don't know if it's attractive or not. I can't tell.
Are you sure you were watching UFC Saturday night there, Ben?
I was watching something, whatever it was, I enjoyed it. This is, believe it or not, a betting show, so we will get to our bets here in a second. I just want to say real quick, make sure you guys are subscribed to us on YouTube. Wherever you're watching, thank you for watching. Right now, if you do subscribe to us on YouTube, you're entered to win a free fantasy draft board. That's from draftkits.co. We're giving away 3 free draft kits. Make sure you're following us online because we're doing giveaways over there also on our social medias. But before we get to the picks, we have one important thing to do. Would you say it's 2-0?
I'd say it's 2-0.
It said we were going to do good, and we did good, and then it said make new friends last week, and we didn't do so hot. Let's see what it says.
Thank you, friend.
Okay. This one's not quite as ominous.
Oh, boy.
Good things are said about you. That's a good week.
Who, me?
That's a good week. I'm feeling good now. I think that's our best one yet.
I hope. Depends on what good things.
Yeah. They're all really nice guys. Ethan, let's start with you today, man.
Alrighty. I'm going to give out 3 MLB plays. I'm feeling good. Cash that plus 170 on the Kobe Buffkin play last week in the NBA draft. Shout out Kobe Buffkin, Grand Rapids Christian High School. Don't really care what college he went to, but let's start MLB tonight. This game goes in 45 minutes here. Reds, Orioles. I'm going to take the Orioles on the money line. I'm seeing minus 130. I don't have DraftKings pulled up, but somewhere in the minus 130 range. The Reds were on that incredible run. I think they got up to 11 in a row, ended up dropping their last 2 to the Braves. Ultimately, the Orioles are, I think, by far the better team in this matchup. They're at home. Neither team really has a great pitcher on the mound. The Reds pitcher has a 5.4 ERA. Orioles pitcher 7.71. So maybe I should be looking at the over, which is set at 10 in this game. I just think it's a low price on the Orioles. I think since he's still getting some love after that run that they just went on. And ultimately, I just don't think Cincy is that good of a team. So I think the short price on the Orioles is the way to go in this one.
Okay, here we go. Same game.
Oh, no.
I also like the over. I have a small bet on the over, but that's not my play. So if you're listening to this, me and Ethan are agreeing on the over. I think it's at 10, 10 and a half, whatever it is. So we like the over. However, I'm going to take the Reds at plus. I got it at 113, plus 113. Yeah, 11 games in a row, then lost the last two to the Braves, which are debatably top 3 teams in baseball. They lost 6-7 and then 6-7. So they're in the game both times, barely lost, are hitting the ball like 12 plus times a game. They're absolutely killing at the bats. De La Cruz is the funnest guy to watch in baseball. However, whenever I bet him, he gets 0 hits. So I'm not going to bet him, but I don't know. The Reds, I think the argument that they're not good, I think is what you said, or they're not something, I think is not accurate because I think they still are the hottest team in baseball. Maybe the Giants are in there as well. But yeah, 11 straight, and then they lost by 1 score. Really competitive game against the Braves 2 nights in a row. So I like the Reds at plus money. I understand it's at where are they playing again? I don't even know.
Orioles.
It's at Baltimore. Both pitchers are not great, which is why the over is at 10. I think both pitchers are close to like a 6 ERA or something. I think the Orioles guys were 1-3 and the Reds guys like 0-1. But I just like the Reds. I think the Reds have the momentum. I think they're a really gritty team. And I think Baltimore, I don't know. I don't love Baltimore, and I just think it's a great spot for Cincy. So I'm going to go against you, Ethan. I'm sorry. But I do like that we agreed on the over. But yeah, I think Cincy's going to take it, get back on track, and I think it's going to be like 9-2, like they're going to win by 5+ runs.
Just a quick comment: there are only 6 games going tonight, so it was bound to happen that someone was going to be going against each other.
Yeah, that's why I only picked 1 game from tonight. My other 2 are from are from tomorrow's slate. I really wanted. I have all MLB also. I would have loved to do the Las Vegas Aces for WNBA, but I don't even know the line for that. It's probably going to be minus 1,500. So I'm going to.
They're like what? They're 9-1 or something. The one loss team.
Yeah. When I was over in Kansas, I did place a future for them to win, win the championship. So you know that should tell you enough right there.
What was that? Minus 300.
It was Vegas and New York it's like minus 350. I took them just flat out right, and it's still like minus 150.
Yeah, better than like, South Carolina girls.
South Carolina versus the field.
yeah. I'm gonna go with the Angels tonight. When I was over there, I was looking at that Angels game. I was like, oh, that pitching matchup scares me. So I stayed away, and then they scored like the 25 runs. And so, of course, then you're kicking yourself. Every time that happens, you kick yourself. They're against the White Sox. They're minus 135. I think the Angels are the better team. They're as hot as could be right now. So I think they keep it going.
Well, I hate to do it, but I am on the White Sox tonight.
Oh, here we go.
At the plus 105 price. Basically, Angels' first game back home after a road trip. White Sox first game on the road. To me, it's a bet on spot for the Sox. I like Dylan Cease on the mound. Think the White Sox just seem to play a little bit better for him for whatever reason. Again, going back to the last time I picked the White Sox, I was heavy on the White Sox before the season. Thought they'd be really good this year. They aren't. So it's probably really stupid of me to jump back on them again. But I just think it's a good spot for them. I like the pitching matchup, and I like the plus price. Think they can get it done.
I am also on this game, but I have a different bet. I have the under of 8.5 at minus 120. The Angels, no offense, Ben, they suck besides that 25-run game, which was unreal. But if you look, I think I had it written down somewhere, but I think 7 of their last 8, they've scored under 3 runs. Like they can't hit the ball. And then one game they just explode. And if you look at that, it wasn't even their good players like Trout and Ohtani. Trout, I think Ohtani went 1 for 7. Trout got subbed out like in the 4th inning, but he did go like 2 for 3 or something like that. Yeah, but the Angels cannot hit the ball right now. So I like the under, and then Cease is on the mound for the White Sox. I mean, there's the 2 pitchers on the mound today are just strikeout kings. I like both the strikeout props. If you want to take both their overs, but I'll give my play out as the full game under 8.5 at minus 120, but I also have the first 5 under 4.5 at minus 130. I think this is going to be like a 2-1, 2-0 White Sox win.
I don't know. I'm riding the Angels. I just like the pieces that the Angels have. Love Trout. Love me some Ohtani.
Yeah, Ohtani's been terrible. Besides, like, 2 weeks ago, he just went on a huge, like, amazing little run there. He had like 6 home runs, like in 9 games or something. But his last like 5 games have sucked. But
With
which
baseball,
is
I
usually
just go with the talent, though.
no one hasn't scored 25 runs this year either. So debatably, they're the hottest team at the bat right now.
I'm gonna take them. Hopefully they cover. I'm taking the Reds money line tomorrow. I just like the Reds pitchers better tomorrow. Reds are one of the hottest teams. If you're anywhere around Cincinnati, there'll probably be a guy outside a gas station telling you how hot they are. I just like the Reds. I kind of like the Angels. I'm just picking them because I just like their team better. And they're against the Orioles. That's at plus 115.
Yeah, that's
Plus 113 tonight. Not too late, Ben.
You're
No,
right.
It's too late for you. You're not in the legal state.
Yeah. Hey guys, you finish this episode.
All right, I'm going to finish up here. I'm actually going to go to the Brazilian Serie A soccer game tonight.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
I was like, maybe, man.
No, I'll stick with one of our 6 MLB games tonight. Again, this game goes in just about 45 minutes as well. I'm going to take a shot on the Brewers money line against the Mets. The Mets are kind of a dumpster fire team right now. We kind of talked about it with Max Scherzer, how his name, I think, still gets him some credit in the betting market. Tonight's Justin Verlander on the mound for the Mets. Same type of deal here. He's 2-4 this season with a 4.5 ERA. The Mets are minus 170. I'm seeing on. Let me check DraftKings. Yeah, minus 170. Milwaukee plus 145. Just think it's too big of a number here. It's basically, to me, just more of a value play. Just think Milwaukee is about equal to the Mets, if not probably better. And again, I just think there's some betting bias in the market with Justin Verlander on the mound, even though he's kind of a shell of himself. So plus 145, I'll take the Brewers.
How would you like to be Justin Verlander, though? You're winning on and off the field, though. It doesn't even matter how you play.
It's true. That's very true. I'll probably have to jump on that play. Also, Brewers pitcher. Imagine if his first name is Daya. His last name is Rhea. Anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm going to go. My final play is going to be in the Braves Twins game. I'm going to ride the Braves. Team total over 4.5, minus 130. The Braves have hit this in 11 of their last 12 games, going over 5 runs. And I think it's like 14 out of their last 16 games gone over 5 runs. So the Braves are, I think, showing themselves that they're the best team in baseball, or showing others that they're the best team in baseball. They're hitting the ball so well right now. And I don't love Sonny Gray. Sonny Gray started for the Twins, started the season off great. He had like 5 games in a row with 3 hits and like under 2 earned runs. But his last 5 games have been terrible. He's given up 8 hits. He's given up 7 hits. He's given up 6, 5, 4 earned runs. So he's not playing well. Bad matchup. The Braves also have Strider on the mound. So I just think Strider is going to be in the Twins' head. I think Gray is going to get nervous. And I think the Braves are going to take control of this game, hopefully scoring 5. They should. Again, 11 out of the last 12 has gone 5+. I'm going to take the Braves team total over 4.5.
Love it. Love it. We got Bryant Culp here commenting. So hit the like button, everyone. Absolutely. Make sure you guys smash that. He says, what's up, guys? What's going on, Bryant? Good to see you, man. I'm glad you're back. He is our resident San Fran fan.
Ooh. Go Niners, baby.
Go Niners. NFC champions. Super Bowl champions, maybe. Might have to get to those predictions here later. Yeah, yeah. There we go. I know we're very high on the Niners. It's a doing good typical Monday. Yes, sir, it is. I'm gonna go tomorrow. The Astros money line. That's minus 110. They're against St. Louis. St. Louis stinks. They're terrible this year. Only team worse than them right now is the team on the other side of the state, my Royals. Which is really fun that they decided to play the one game that we bet against them on Wyatt from Thursday. Rays minus 1.5, and they decided to start playing baseball. So that was.
Oh, you mean the best team in the league?
Yeah, that one. That one. So, yeah, I'm taking Astros money line. Once again, all my bets today, I'm just taking the better team, and I'm liking the numbers. -135, +115, -110. Like the Astros. Fading the Cardinals more than anything.
Can't hate on that.
Mm-mm. Shout out to Tom Grossi. Yesterday, I met him at Levi's Stadium, St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital fundraiser, 30/30. Absolutely.
Nice.
Tom Grossi, he's another great content creator. Yeah, have you guys seen his stuff, Tom? He's that big Packers fan.
I think I've heard of him,
I
but
probably wouldn't like him.
That's
I try to
true.
stay away.
I forget I'm in mixed company with you guys. All right. Well, do we want to hit on anything else before we get into our NFL?
I am on Florida. I said it earlier. I'm on Florida to win the World Series tonight, +120. But I'm not confident to put it as one of my plays because I don't know anything about it. But World Series, 30 minutes.
Las Vegas Aces.
Las Vegas Aces.
Yeah, I did check. They're a 15-point favorite tonight, -1400 on the money line.
Hey, I was close.
You were.
I said 15.
You did, which it's probably moving that direction.
Yeah.
I'd get in now.
I wanted to
Speaking
post on Twitter the other day because this was on my trip to Kansas, so I had plenty of time in the car. I did the math on if I took the money line in the last Las Vegas Aces. I said, what would I make if I put my house on it? If I put all $200,000 of equity on them to win, I would make $12,000.
Dude. So easy.
So easy. The easiest $12,000 I ever made. Or
Did
I'm
you see all
homeless.
Did you see all the people betting Victor Wembanyama or whatever first
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
-50,000?
Yeah, like -50,000. Yeah, that was stupid.
They
Did
made
you see the
3
video of
cents.
the guy recording his wife in bed and Victor just got drafted? He's like, yes, I won. He's like, I put $1,000 on it. She's like, you got $1,000 on that to win what? He's like, 5. And she's like, you
Yeah.
won $5,000? He's like, no, $1,000 to win 5.
Enjoy that footlong, baby. That's on the house.
Their footlongs are like 10 now.
I know.
Yeah, no
I
kidding.
know.
That gets you, and a footlong's 8 inches. There's not even 12. They're jipping us everywhere.
8, 12, who's counting?
I wish that was the case. They always count. Size does matter.
At least they're not like Jimmy John's. They just skimp on the meat. We're team fade Jimmy John's over here.
Good bread though. Good bread.
They do.
I
have
actually
good
like
bread.
Jimmy John's, but their business model is sort of strange.
Yeah. Yeah.
But who am I to talk?
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Ethan, I had some questions too, but I say we save those for next episode. You want to do the NFL awards?
Yeah, let's do it.
Perfect. And everybody that's watching this, I don't know. I forgot to change the title of this, so you might be watching the AFC Championship predictions again. That is not what we're doing today. We are going over the winners of the NFL awards. So we're talking MVP, Comeback Player of the Year, Coach of the Year. Ethan, it was your idea, so how about you start?
Alrighty. And yeah, just for those listening, this is kind of just initial thoughts. I'm sure these will change the closer the season starts, and then obviously once the season gets going, we're gonna have different opinions, I'm sure. But
Yep.
just kind of something to keep NFL in the in the windshield here, and yeah, just kind of looking at the awards. So I will start. We'll start with MVP. Just using DraftKings, so probably just go right down the list here. MVP, offensive player, defensive player.
Sounds good.
All right, so MVP here for me. I have 3 initial thoughts. It's Josh Allen, it's Jalen Hurts, it's Trevor Lawrence for me. It's kind of gross. I mean, I think Hurts is kind of the easy play at plus 1100. I will have some money on that, but I kind of like Josh Allen this year. I know he's been popular pick the last 2-3 years. He's been right there, hasn't really gotten it done. Last year, kind of had a down year, honestly. I think he led the league in the receptions, was kind of a turnover machine. Basically, I think he's going to win an MVP at some point in his career. I think he's going to have a really good year this year. I think Buffalo is going to be good. I think they have better offensive pieces around him. If Stephon Diggs gets his whole thing worked out. But I like the addition of Kincaid. I think the running backs are going to be productive for him. And most of all, I think they're going to try to settle him down a little bit, make sure he doesn't feel like he has to play hero ball every single play like we talked about quite a bit last year. So I think they're just going to calm him down. I think the Bills are going to be actually a contender this year, rather than just kind of what they have been each of the last couple of years. Plus 800, nothing sexy about it by any means, but I just think Josh Allen could get it done this year.
Yeah, so I have 3 possible MVPs. I do have Josh Allen is my favorite one. Again, a little square. He's one of the favorites. But same exact reasoning as you had. I think it's a comeback year. I think he's a lot to prove. Everyone's saying that the Bills can always have the best regular season, but can't make a run in the playoffs. So I think he has a lot to prove this year, and I think his team got better. I think he had a really disappointing year, so I think he has a lot to prove. So I love Josh Allen. I think there's excellent value there, even at plus 800, whatever it is. But I have 2 sneaky ones that are also great value. You already said one, Trevor Lawrence. I think on this website it has him at plus 1,600. I don't know how accurate this website is, but Trevor Lawrence, the Jaguars are kind of going to be that team to beat, I think, in a lot of games. Last year, they made that crazy playoff run. Their conference is terrible, so he could definitely stat pack. He's got more weapons at wide receiver with Ridley there now. Christian Kirk's still there. And then I think he has another wide receiver as well. So he has a lot of talent at wide receiver. His O-line's great. His running back's great. So I think he's going to have the ability to stat pack quite a bit and win a lot of games. And then my final one, I've made fun of him multiple times in this show, but it is Tua Tagovailoa at plus 2,200. If he can stay healthy, he's going to have the most passing yards and probably passing touchdowns in the league, which is going to be very hard to pass up as MVP or Offensive Player of the Year, either or. So I kind of gave you a sneak preview of my Offensive Player of the Year. But Tua, if you looked at his stats, obviously he missed a lot of games with the concussions, but he has so many passing yards, even with Tua out. Both Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle I think Tyreek Hill had 1,700 yards, Waddle had 1,300 yards. So 3,000 yards between 2 wide receivers on the same team is unreal, even without their best quarterback starting. I think they're going through 4 or 5 quarterbacks a game. It was disgusting. And even with that, they're still getting a crap load of stats. So I think Tua if he can stay healthy, which is the biggest thing, I think if he stays healthy, he has the opportunity to be the passing leader and the passing touchdown leader. And again, that's super hard to pass up when you're voting for an MVP.
I like it. I'm going to start with the best odds. That's Patrick Mahomes plus 700. He should be minus 110. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes, very good chance to repeat. I'm not going to pick him. Surprisingly, I'm going to go with Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert. I think Herbert has a very good chance to lead the league in receiving this year, and especially if anything happens to Eckler. He hasn't missed a game in the last 2 years, but he's a smaller guy, and he's getting older, so there's a chance. They just got that Johnston from TCU. They still have Allen. They still have Williams. So I think between Herbert, and it was a little bit too far. I wanted to reach all the way down for Geno at plus 3,500. I couldn't do it. I couldn't put it on a guy who had a meme of his face here and his jaw over here for about 2 or 3 months. I can't do it with Geno, but I think has potential to lead the league in passing, but I'm going to stick to Burrow and Herbert.
If you want to dip down in that 3,500 range, just take Jared Goff instead.
Good try. Good try.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I don't hate those picks by any means. Burrow's probably, I don't know if due is the right word, but he'll obviously win at least one in his career, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. Offensive Player of the Year, next award we're looking at. First and foremost, I hate this award. I think it's stupid. How can you be the MVP, which is always offensive, and not the Offensive Player of the Year? I hate how it's different people. I think this award is just secondary. I think it's dumb. I would almost rather them do MVP for any non-quarterback player and then like a best quarterback award type deal. Anyway, so yeah, not crazy about this one, but similar to what Wyatt was saying, I'm going to look at Tyreek Hill here at plus 2,000. Think he could, besides Hunter Renfrow, lead the league in catches, touchdowns. And he said he wants to come out and be the first receiver with 2,000 receiving yards this year. Which part of me is like, either yes, he's going to do that, or he's going to have like 700 yards and miss a few games and just not have a good year at all. But I think, like, realistically, he could have 2,000 yards. He could be a weapon rushing the ball. He could be a weapon returning the ball. Obviously, we know all there is to know about Tyreek Hill. Just think he could have another really good statistical year. If the Dolphins are up there, 11, 12 wins, I think he's going to be a huge part of it. And I think he could easily win Offensive Player of the Year. So plus 2,000, I like his odds.
I got a question about that. Do you think Tyreek could also win Most Dock Employees Punched award?
Well, he's leading.
He is. He's the favorite right now.
Not as great of odds as DeMar Hamlin to win Comeback Player of the Year, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, I really we're on the same wavelength this episode, except for the Reds. But yeah, I think this award's stupid. As of late, 6 of the last 9 have been skill positions, non-quarterbacks. So I think this is kind of turned into an award, kind of like you were saying, where we have MVP, which has been quarterback. I think the last however many years, I can't remember the last MVP that was not a quarterback. And this one, as I said. Yeah, which was what, 2007, 8, 9, something like that. I think this award is kind of like the best skill position. So like the last 2 was Justin Jefferson, Cooper Kupp. We did have Herbert and Murray in there as well. But then we had Saquon, Kamara, Gurley, OBJ, Lacey. So I think this award, again, is kind of going to that skill position. So I like
Lacey.
Eddie Lacy won that shit.
Yeah, 2013.
I love
Right.
Eddie Lacy. I love Eddie Lacy
kind of a
more than
BS.
Eddie Lacy loves China food.
So it's kind of a BS award, to be honest. But so I'm going to put Tua just in case he doesn't win the MVP. I think he has a really good shot at winning this. But I'm also going to agree with you on Tyreek Hill because Tua is going to be throwing to his main wide receiver. And I think I'm just going to leave it at those 2. I don't think Justin Jefferson is going to have as good of a year as he had last year. Cooper Kupp has so many injuries. If you look at Jamar Chase, his numbers just aren't super good. Like, yes, he's the number 2 wide receiver, but like he had 1,000 yards last year and like 6 touchdowns. Like, that's nothing crazy. Devontae Adams had 14 touchdowns and 1,800 yards, and no one's talking about him. So I'm probably just going to stay with the Dolphins players. I think it's got to be one of those 2. If Tua stays healthy and throws the ball, it's got to be one of those 2, either for MVP or OPOY.
Do you guys know how many passes Austin Eckler caught last year?
Enough to win me $500 in my fantasy league.
He had more receptions than Devontae Adams.
Really?
He had 107 receptions.
Yeah, I believe it.
God.
That's ridiculous, dude. He's not my pick. He's just one of the guys when I was doing the draft guide that I saw, and that stat just like blew my mind. I am going running back though. And Wyatt, who is leading the league in rushing this year?
Not Bijan.
Not Bijan.
Not Henry.
Not Henry. Nick
Chubby
Chubb.
Chubb.
Nick Chubb, you got
I love it.
Nick Chubb, man. He's
Get
gonna
that off your desk. It's disgusting.
Is Brian still with us?
Yeah, there you go, Brian. That one's for you.
I got
go
these
with
at
Nick
like
Chubb.
Pizza Hut back in like 04 probably. Broncos is the other one I got.
Those little gumball machine things.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Nick Chubb, he's got a chance to lead them in rushing yards and touchdowns this year. Oh, Brian, he is still with us. He says LOL. I'm gonna hop over here real quick, Ethan, before you take it back over. Just want to remind you guys that our draft guide, our fantasy guide, is coming out July 7th. So that's coming up here very quickly, I believe. Not this Friday, but next Friday. Is that right? It is. It is next Friday, guys. I believe we're 11 days away right now. And we also wanted to remind you to subscribe. Let all your friends know to subscribe, especially if you're in a like a 12-team league. If you get everybody in your league to subscribe to us, leave a comment, that's 12 entries to win one of our 3 free draft kits. That gets you guys so far ahead of the competition right now. So make sure you tell all your friends to make sure they hop over, follow us on social, subscribe to us on YouTube. And now, Ethan, back to you, my friend.
Alrighty. Well, as you were giving that great description there, I did just check a few of the longer shots for Offensive Player of the Year. So just 3 guys that kind of caught my eye for long shots. Debo plus 3,000, Jalen Waddle plus 4,000, going right along with Tyreek Hill, and Travis Etienne plus 5,000. I think is a decent price there. We'll go to Defensive Player of the Year. On the flip side of Offensive Player, this is one of my favorite awards. Just a little bit of love for the defensive guys. I would love to see my Grand Valley alma mater, Matthew Judon, win it here, but hard for me to look past the 3 of the top guys: Micah Parsons, TJ Watt, Nick Bosa. I was on Parsons last year. I was pretty vocal about it on these shows. He let me down because he takes plays off. So I'm not betting him again because
Jesus,
Nick Bosa played so much harder down the stretch than he did, and I think Bosa won it last year. If he didn't, he deserved it. I'm going to take TJ Watt this year. I think TJ Watt is probably the best defensive player in the league. I think he does have that motor all the time. He's just a disruptor. He makes plays that really no other defensive end can make, with some of the interceptions, the pick sixes. He gets the sacks, the tackles for loss. He really does it all. And he's kind of the anchor to that Steelers defense, who has been fairly good for basically my entire lifetime. So yeah, nothing great about this one either. It's plus 850, but just think you gotta take a shot on TJ Watt almost every year at this point.
We're just in the same thought process. I didn't have Michael Parsons for the same reason. I don't root for Ohio State guys, so I can't even put what's his face. So I have TJ as well. Bosa, either Bosa. The other Bosa's a bitch.
Yes.
Charger
Boy
Bosa's
Bosa.
a little bitch.
That's what I call him, bitch boy Bosa.
Yeah. But I think TJ, he's coming off that torn pec. I think he has the biggest motor in all of the NFL. He has a lot to prove. The Steelers, I do not think are going to be great. He's going to be on the field quite a bit with their crappy offense. So I have TJ. I think he's going to win it. I may put a decent amount of money on that one because I think that's my favorite bet. Well, one of my favorite bets, but at plus 850, I think that's totally worth a decent size wager.
About wagering, what would you guys put on Aiden Hutchinson at plus 25?
I don't hate it, but Lions players never win awards. I've just come to learn.
Yeah, it's going to change. Coach of the year.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah, you don't have to twist my arm too hard. I'll throw some money on it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
My boy.
I feel like it has to be in the AFC North because I'm looking at Watt and Garrett. I'm a big Myles Garrett guy. TJ Watt, though, after that season that he had, he was injured last year, but I believe, was it the year before he almost broke the sack record? He had like 22 and the record's 22 and a half.
Yeah,
hard not to go with Watt. I'm trying not to pick Watt, but he just kind of seems like the guy to bet this year.
Yeah, it's hard to look past him.
It is.
Myles Garrett's tarnished after his helmet hit over Mason Rudolph's head.
Yeah. Hey, can I just say one more thing? I was looking at the offensive player of the years. You're talking about long shots. Taysom Hill has the same odds as Josh Jacobs
Really?
and
I love
DK
him.
Metcalf and Calvin
I love
Ridley and Kamara
That's disgusting, actually.
plus
I love him.
6,000. Stop it.
That's a punch in the face to Josh Jacobs.
But you also
It's
have to
terrible.
you have to think of Taysom's upside. If all else fails, he might play quarterback for them for like 7 weeks.
It's true. He's got a. Oh, never mind. Not anymore. But yes, very true.
I love him. I'll throw $1 on it, see if I can win 60.
Have fun, man.
Yeah, probably not worth it, but I do like Taysom. All right, we'll go offensive rookie of the year. Kind of a tough one for me. Trying not to be biased here, but I kind of like Jahmyr Gibbs for Detroit. Plus 900. I'm not going to touch Bijan Robinson at plus 250. Just not enough value there. And I don't know. I feel like the favorite of this award never or doesn't often win. I know Wyatt's probably on Bryce Young to kind of break our little streak here. I don't like Richardson, Stroud, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. I don't think he's just gonna be too flooded down, I think, by Metcalf and Lockett. It kind of leaves Jahmyr Gibbs. Maybe the other one I'd look at is Jordan Addison plus 1,700. But I think Gibbs could be, they're saying kind of a Deebo Samuel type role. I think they get him involved in the passing game. I think they get him involved on sweeps and reverses, maybe some passing, and like that Christian McCaffrey running back pass role. So yeah, plus 900. I mean, this is just kind of a tough award too. I almost never take rookie of the year bets just because it's hard to gauge who's going to play, who's not, injuries, all that. But I think at plus 900, Jahmyr Gibbs would be my best option here. No bias.
Yeah, so I went with your second one, Addison. I love that bet. I think he's like plus 1,700. Something he's pretty far shot, but I think he is going into the best situation out of I would say out of all rookies, he's going into the best situation. He has a really decently respected, lot of experienced quarterback. He has the best wide receiver in the league, and he's on a talented offense. Like he has it. He has the setup. So I think he could be explosive, especially if he's good, because again, a lot of attention on Justin Jefferson. Kirk Cousins, if it's not a nighttime game, should be feeding Addison for multiple yards and hopefully touchdowns. So I love the value in Addison. I am going to get a little square here, and I do hate this pick, but my next couple are all politics related. But I think Bijan at plus 300 on here, whatever. I think his is a not a good value, but I do think he's going to win it. He's got overhyped in the draft. He's going to a team that runs the ball almost as much as the Bears. They're gonna, even if he's not good, they're gonna feed him until he either dies or breaks something. Like they can't give. They're not going to give up on him. So he's going to have unlimited opportunities. He can screw up as much as he wants. They're just going to keep feeding him the ball. So I think Bijan, and I think everyone loves it. Like I think everyone loves Bijan. Everyone has all these high hopes. I think Bijan, I hate the bet, but I think he's going to win it.
I've already bet this one. Matter of fact,
Ooh.
I bet this months ago. So I'm really excited for this one. I didn't take Jahmyr Gibbs because a wise friend once told me years ago that Lions players don't win awards. My long shot Zay Flowers. I've been tooting the Zay Flowers horn for a while. Think that he has potential to lead this Ravens offense in receiving yards, touchdowns, everything. I think Flowers is just an incredible athlete. But
Stop.
one. We got some cat action. So the one I put my money on is Bijan. I don't see how, if he doesn't get injured this year, he doesn't win. Kind of like you were saying, Wyatt. He's just so hyped. Everybody knows the name. He's going to get every opportunity he can to get as many rushing yards, lead the team in touchdowns. They have a good offensive line. So injuries out of the picture. It doesn't feel like any other player has a chance if he stays healthy.
Completely agree. Same exact thought process.
Yeah. You guys kind of talked me into it a little bit with that storyline.
I mean, it's trash odds, but like, I feel like the league and everyone, and these awards are so like, half the time they just do it on Twitter, and whoever wins the Twitter poll wins the award. Like
Right.
it's like who gets into the NBA All-Star games. They just put it on Twitter. Like,
Right.
okay.
It's like the guys who vote don't watch it. They just post a Twitter poll and they're like, all right, Bijan it is.
All right, we'll go defensive rookie of the year. Again, I think it's another really tough one here. Will Anderson is the juice here, plus 350. I think kind of same thing. He was getting hyped up. Probably has the best chance. Second is Jalen Carter. Doubt he wins it with the off-field issues. Next is Tyree Wilson. Don't really like him, plus 900. Next two are corners. And even though he had Sauce last year, and did Trayvon win it a year or two ago? Trayvon Diggs? Not really sure, but corners can just, it's so hit or miss. I mean, if they're not really good, they're not winning it. Next two are a couple of white boys, Jack Campbell, Lucas Van Ness. Not going to give it to them. I'm going Nolan Smith.
Ooh, great
plus
pick.
1,600.
Wow.
Yeah, like,
Love it.
I mean, I don't hate Will Anderson, but at plus 350, just not crazy about it. So I think Nolan Smith can slide right in, be a contributor, a playmaker. I think he's better than what his draft was. And yeah, plus 1,600, I like his chances.
Wow. What's he on DraftKings?
1,600.
Wow. Well, don't place it on there because on FanDuel he's plus 3,000.
Really?
Yeah. 2,500 on MGM and something else. 2,600 on Caesar. But yeah, I love that. I'm 100% going to tail that. That's a great bet. Very similar thought process with you. It's hard for me not to. So it feels like the either DPOY or DROY, Rookie of the Year, Player of the Year. It feels like it's always either a D end, an edge linebacker, or a corner. Like there's never a defensive tackle. It's never an inside linebacker. It's never a safety. So there's like three positions to really choose from. So it's really hard for me not to take Will Anderson and Tyree Wilson. So I might sprinkle those. I have one, again, I said I have a couple politics picks, but I think I'm going to cross this one off and just take Nolan Smith. But it is going to be Jack Campbell for the Lions. I know he's a big white boy interior linebacker, which, again, usually does not win it. But thought process here, they're getting Hard Knocks once again, 2 years in a row now. Remember how everyone fell in love with the Oklahoma State guy last year? Did not really pan out to be the best player. But I think Campbell has the same motor as, what's his name again?
Rodriguez?
Rodriguez. And everyone fell in love with Rodriguez. I think that's going to be a very similar case with Campbell. And again, if he kind of performs in the season, unlike Rodriguez, who did not perform, if he performs and has a good year, I think he's already going to have the media hype. And it could be a similar position as Bijan. Just a lot of people rooting for him, a lot of people watching him every Sunday. So I think he has decent value. I see him at plus 2,200. But I can't really argue against Nolan Smith. I think that's such a good bet.
Yeah.
Is the lines confirmed for Hard Knocks 2.0?
I don't know if it's confirmed. I'm pretty sure it's locked in, but
Okay.
Don't quote me on it.
I saw they got asked again, but I hadn't seen if they had accepted or not. But if they did, I like that.
Yeah, I would love it too.
I also thought Rodrigo played pretty well.
He's just undersized. He works hard. He gets tossed around a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, he's never going to get defensive rookie of the year as a 7th round pick or whatever he was,
right.
But thought he did all right for.
Yeah, he's gritty. He's just, I don't know how much playing time he's going to get this year with Campbell back in. And then, I don't know. I would love if they took the captain out. I know that's kind of, what's his name? Long hair boy. I don't like him at all. I don't think he's good. Yeah. What's his name?
Alex Anelzone.
I don't like him at all. I think he kind of sucks, to be honest. Probably a great locker room guy. He's just not athletic. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
He's not as good without his hammer, that's for sure.
His anal hammer. What?
I love the Nolan Smith pick. Wyatt, I don't know about yours because a friend told me a long time ago. Something about Lions players.
Years and years.
years and years ago. I'm gonna go with a guy that was kind of a steal of the draft, and I think this coach is going to make him be excellent. That's Christian Gonzalez going to the Patriots. I think Bill Belichick. Jack Jones just got arrested for gun charges, so I think Gonzalez, even without that, I think Gonzalez is going to see some pretty good starting time. I just like him because of the Belichick landing spot.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
He's just too small. He's not a physical corner, which worries me. Because there's no small corner in the NFL. I guess Jalen Ramsey's kind of a little bit of a bitch boy, but I don't know. I think he kind of towers over Gonzalez. But I again like the landing spot. I think he'll get well coached. Maybe he can put on some meat on his bones.
Yeah, it's kind of, this one was the hardest one for me personally. I think there's not anybody that's going to run away with it. I don't super love Will Anderson. Bryant says Moody Rookie of the Year. LOL.
Jake Moody. Can he win Offensive Rookie of the Year as a kicker? Yeah, where's the special teams awards?
Yeah, I'm kidding. Speaking of Moody, I don't know why this made me think of it, but I've just been itching to open like packs of cards lately, just because nostalgia.
What is that about? It's so true though. Every once in a while, it's like, damn, it just sounds so nice.
I don't even care what's in it. I just want to like peel open that aluminum. Like that's all I want. So I had to buy
Pokemon cards.
Oh, absolutely. Whoa. What do we got there?
So Charizard.
How's that going for?
I don't know. I got a whole collection up here.
It's invaluable.
Yeah.
Remember the old Mewtwo?
Oh, absolutely. I have that somewhere. Is that first edition?
Yeah, I bought it on eBay.
Dude, what the hell are you still doing with us? Sell that thing and move to Maui.
I got a whole collection over here. Like 500 cards.
If they still sold the old ones, I would be all over it.
Oh, dude, a pack for those go for like 10 grand. Just an unopened pack.
It is insane.
Can we do that for like our next live? We'll just do a Wyatt Rips
pack opening. Dude, they go hard on YouTube. That's where
they do. They do.
But anywho, I had to buy this box. It had Bryce Young on it. It had 3 autographs inside. It was like 70 some odd cards, $20. I was like, okay, no brainer. I'm doing this. Luke Schoonmaker, Wyatt, was one of my autographs. And then the other one, I didn't know the third guy, but the second one was that Cody Mouch guy, that redheaded North Dakota State or South Dakota.
The beast.
Which is also weird because their autographs blow. And I'm like, this is literally like a high school kid just like signing his name on a card.
I'm not sure if
they
that
were
guy
3 years ago.
his brain cells.
Yeah, I don't know.
I loved him in the Stealing Christmas claymation as the Yeti.
He could be the Yeti or the Santa, either or.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, hey, you never know. That guy just might go for something just because people know who he is. But anyway, just had to bring that up. Don't even know what made me think of it. Oh, Moody and Schoonmaker. Anywho, I digress. Back to comeback player of the year. As mentioned earlier, DeMar Hamlin -500. I think if he sees the field once, he probably wins it. So I'm not betting this award whatsoever. Also think it's just kind of a bullshit award. You can come back from like literally anything, like torn ACL, I don't know, foot fell off or whatever happened to Alex Smith, or like the bathroom like Lamar Jackson. Yeah. I don't know what you come back for, but I think the only other option here would be second odds on favorite Tua Tagovailoa plus 2,000. So obviously they're telling you it's DeMar Hamlin all the way, but yeah, fingers here. Tua, we've talked enough about him. If he stays healthy, has a good year, he's going to be tough not to give an award to.
Yeah, I also will not be betting this. Good for DeMar. Again, there's a big media presence around him. But yeah, I'm not going to bet it Super Award. I do think it would have been if there was no DeMar situation. I think it would be a pretty good run for the money between Lamar Jackson and Tua Tagovailoa. Those two. I do think Tua, if DeMar was out of it, I do think Tua would pull away from it. But I think Lamar Jackson's in a great spot. I think that he classifies as that, whoever even knows what comeback classifies as, but I think he classifies and could be potentially a comeback player of the year. However, it's going to be DeMar, so don't even waste your time. Or he could throw 500 on it and win, what, 100?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Go ahead and do that if you want. It's free 100.
Yep. Throw that Mewtwo on it.
Throw them, yeah.
Brian over here says, on my show with my buddies, we open up football card packs and let the chat guess the player. If they win, we send the card.
Oh, that's cool.
Awesome. What's the name of your channel, Brian? Let's see. TJ Watt is on here at plus 3,500.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Don't think
I guess he
wins.
classifies as well.
Yeah. I'm going to go.
I'm sure OBJ classifies as well, too.
Oh, I'm sure he does. Kyler's
Or
on
a couple gambler boys, Ridley and Williams.
here. Yeah. There's Odell.
Okay,
There's
like how is Russell Wilson? He is also plus 2,000. Second odds.
Is
He
it just
didn't
because he
get hurt,
sucked?
Did he?
Because he sucked.
Honestly, though, right? He played every game. Did he not?
It was up until like week 15 we were seeing that his house had more bathrooms than he had touchdowns.
Yes.
So it's
So
like
what
if
the
you
hell
become
is
a
he coming
meme,
back from?
he's my pick. I'm just gonna say it right now, Russell Wilson's my pick.
Is it?
He sucked, man. He was so bad last year. He was so
I
bad.
just don't get it.
And I think he has a chance to be pretty good this year. So I'll run with Russell Wilson. And if you want an even longer shot odds, the man, the myth, the legend coming back to also have a fantastic year at plus 3,000 is the one and
Tom
only
Brady.
Mr. Baker Mayfield.
Oh, get out of here. He should have won it last year of his 3 games of glory.
Bryant says, he says Saturday, Sunday morning, Monday night. Because that's when you guys open them up. Saturday and Sunday morning and Monday night.
If I could bet Tom Brady on here, that'd be interesting. Think he comes back?
They need him.
They do.
Plus 50,000, I'd give him a shot. All right, so yeah, probably DeMar Hamlin there. I think we're all kind of saying, but if not, maybe Russ, maybe Lamar, maybe Tua, maybe Tom Brady, maybe Baker. Who knows? Coach of the year here. I mean, this one, another just almost impossible award to predict, in my opinion. Not really sure how they even choose this, but Dan Campbell is the favorite, plus 850. Hard for me not to look there. Man, I honestly don't know who I like here.
You already said
I really
who's
don't
winning
love
it.
the. What's up?
You already said who's winning it.
I know you have him from our futures episode earlier.
Yep.
I mean, Matt Eberflus at plus 1,100, like absolutely not. Robert Saleh, I don't think
I
is.
think Sean Payton was on there. I saw.
Sean Payton, I just don't really
Second.
get. Art Smith at plus 1,400. Matt LaFleur, like I just don't love any of these. I'm gonna stick on the Dolphins train. Go Mike McDaniel plus 2,000, which oddly is like every single price for all of these Dolphins players and coaches plus 2,000. I'm just gonna load up and hope one of them wins something. Yeah, I think the guys ahead of him, other than Dan Campbell, I just don't think their teams are gonna be that good, and I think it's hard to win that award if your team sucks. Matt Eberflus. So yeah, I think if the Dolphins can rattle off 12 wins, Mike McDaniel's probably going to be top 3 easily for odds to win that.
Yeah, if the Lions get hard knocks, if the Lions make the playoffs, Dan Campbell is 100% winning. Even if it's a wild card spot, he is 100% winning that award. So it's tough not to take him. But I, again, love the Mike McDaniels. We're pretty high on the Dolphins, except when I was talking about them in their division. I was very low on them. I might have to change my recant my statement in that episode. But yeah, if the Lions, first of all, if they win the NFC North, if they make the playoffs, even as a wild card, he's 100%. The Giants coach got it last year. What did he do? Got them to So I don't know.
Yeah.
That is I think it's the stupidest award out there, honestly. Probably right up there with comeback player of the year, but I'll go Campbell. I'll just put it down. He is a favorite. Again, I don't think the Lions are going to be great, but they might make a wild card. And even if they do that, I think he's going to win it.
Yeah. Bryant says you guys are great. Thank you, Bryant. We appreciate it. We think you're great, man. We appreciate you hopping on
thank
again.
you. Go Niners.
Go Niners. It's Dan Campbell at plus 850. I love Dan Campbell. But my question, though, is why can't Sean Payton win comeback player of the year? Is it because he's not a player? I mean, come on. I feel like he should be eligible. He should say comeback person of the year.
They bought out his contract like he was a player.
Yeah.
Right.
Never even know that was possible.
Yeah, me either.
Do we think Sean Payton has a chance?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. If
I
he,
do
I
too.
mean, how many wins did they have last year? 6?
Maybe.
So, yeah, 6 or 7.
6
I felt.
wins and 8 total touchdowns offensively.
So they're gonna do better. Like they can't do worse. So I don't know. They do love Sean Payton, but I think they love Dan Campbell more now.
I do
I
too.
think Dan Campbell took over the award of most loved coach, which is sometimes what this award goes to.
What do you guys think
Yeah.
about the fact that it's coach of the year, but guys like Reed and Belichick pretty much are like ineligible? Reed's the lowest at plus 5,000.
So I was just going to bring that up because you have Andy Reid, like you just said, the lowest. Todd Bowles, I mean, their team's not going to be good, but Super Bowl champion. Sean McDermott, way down the list. Brian Dable just won it. Nick Sirianni, Sean McVay,
Harbaugh.
Belichick, Kyle Shanahan. And then above all these guys, Brandon Staley.
Yeah.
Maybe the worst coach in the league, probably.
What about Dennis Allen? What team does Dennis Allen coach? I don't even know.
The Saints.
He's the Saints coach now.
Yep. And I don't
not
hate
winning.
that, but I'm like, Brandon Staley has coached his team to arguably more losses than wins on his shoulders.
You're right.
And he's ahead of Belichick and McDermott and Andy Reid. Strange.
Yeah, I think it's just the coaches that are expected to win, they don't ever give it to. It's the coaches that they don't expect to win because they did something miraculously in a coaching process. They turned their team around or something like that. That's my only answer to that question because it's stupid. Like I think it's the stupidest award. Obviously, you have to give the coach something, but if we're not going to give the best coach the award, then what are we doing? Are we just going to give a coach that, like the Giants guy? Oh, you made it to the playoffs and got ass whooped. Like, congratulations. Here's your
This
award.
is like comeback coach of the year. That's what it should be.
Yeah, it's really what it should be. Yeah.
I mean, so if Brandon Staley doesn't blow a 30-point lead to the Jaguars this year, he'll be in the running.
However, that's true. I think if the Patriots suck this year, then our boy is in major contention the next year, Belichick, to win it. Or I guess maybe even if they do well this, like if they're not going to be good, but like think if like the Pats like win 13 games with this crap roster that they have, like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't think they'll ever give it to him, but I don't know.
At plus 5,000, what would Andy Reid have to do to win Coach of the Year? He'd have to go undefeated, right? And win the Super Bowl pretty much.
Undefeated after losing Pat Mahomes week 1.
Undefeated, playing with 9 players at all times.
Yeah.
Undefeated,
Actually,
shooting up like he's back in the punt, pass, and kick competition.
Yeah. Undefeated, but instead of Patty Mahomes, they have Jackson Mahomes.
Yeah. And he's calling plays from a Waffle House.
Yeah, he's not allowed at the stadium.
No.
Sends a fax over.
Oh, they'd still give it to Brandon Staley.
Yeah. All right. Well, do you guys have anything else? Any other thoughts about this upcoming season?
I don't know, but that was some good, solid content there at the end of the episode.
That was.
No, man, I'm excited. Obviously, all these bets sound too good right now to be true. We'll probably end up horrifically, but Yeah, I think we're all in consensus that the Dolphins might be pretty good this year if they stay
Yeah.
healthy, which is something I wasn't thinking about until I started looking at the wide receiver stats on those two dudes. Unreal. But yeah, I'm excited,
Nice.
super excited. A lot of I think it's gonna be a more competitive league this year. I think there's a lot of teams near the top as opposed to past years where it's been, 4 or 5 elite teams and then crap. So I think there's a lot of competition this year. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I agree. I'll just run back through my awards quick here. MVP Jared Goff, Offensive Player of the Year. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Defensive Player of the Year. Aiden Hutchinson, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Jameer Gibbs, Defensive Rookie of the Year. Jack Campbell, Comeback Player of the Year. Jamison Williams, Coach of the Year. Dan Campbell. Parlayed together, and I will see you guys.
Parlayed together. Wow. I bet you could put a penny on that. It would win $1 million.
Oh, at least.
If that hits, then you catch Ligma instantly.
If that hits, I'm flying the boys to some tropical island that I'm gonna buy.
Oh yeah.
You could buy Japan with that.
I could buy Elon Musk with that. I could be Elon Musk. I'll take the boys down to the Titanic.
Oh. You better get in the tool shed to start making the sub. Make it out of wood. That blew up TikTok, dude. That was all over the internet. So many funny memes.
I just saw a post on Facebook that was like promoting it, and then people went back to it obviously now, and the most like comment was like, trying to get this for my mother-in-law. Anyone know where I can find it or something?
I got this really annoying neighbor. Can we raise enough money to send them?
If I had more time, I would have made it, but I wanted to make a video of like me putting a whole bunch of money on the what team got blown up by the Angels? Who was that?
Rockies.
Your Rockies. It's like when I put the house on the Rockies, and just like this, and then you see the door close on the submarine.
Dude, that's the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life.
That controller that they used, if you go on Amazon, it has 17,000 reviews now. And it's like 1 star would not recommend. It fucked my submarine.
Battery lasts 7 minutes. Joystick goes out.
At first, I was like, why is this getting made fun of so much? Like 5 people died. And then I looked more into it. I'm like, oh my God, how did anyone get in that thing?
There's so many funny things about it. The one guy's stepson went to the Blink-182 concert. Like,
no, it's the retweeting the OnlyFans content.
It's just so. I mean, yeah, it's sad, but it's just so. There's so many things that happen that just you can't not laugh at it.
I know. It failed like every inspection known to man, and they're like, fuck it, send it.
The previous test, it went down 37 feet before it had to go back up, and then they thought it was just going to be able to go down 12,000.
It's just a bolted Pringles can, bro.
And the thing was, like, even if they somehow made it back to the surface, they couldn't open the door, so they'd just be stuck in the surface. Like, they were dead as soon as they shut the door. There was no chance.
I saw a thing that said, like, if I pay $250,000 and I have to shit in a bag, I'm not going.
It's so good.
Man.
It's so good. Sad, but
see, now we're gaining viewers.
Oh, good.
Good stuff.
I will say, I'm glad it sounds like they imploded rather than just sank to the bottom and sat there for 4 days waiting to run out of air. That would have been horrible.
Yeah,
but
absolutely. 100% agree.
Did you also see the memes of like there's like the Titanic ghosts are like celebrating because they have new friends after 110 years?
What about the post that said they spent $250,000 for the most authentic Titanic experience and they became part of it?
Yeah. Oh man.
Gee. I also saw like Titanic still claiming lives 111 years later or something like that.
It's so bad.
Oh, it is.
Uh, while
Man.
while we're like on this like clown show, can I ask two of the questions I had?
Okay.
Okay. So if the NFL was like the NHL and they allowed fights, who would teams pick as their fighter, or would they just like totally outsource that?
Mike
Like-
Evans, Marshawn Lattimore.
Like each team's enforcer.
Yeah. Like you think they just use Aaron Donald, or do you think they're outsourcing
Oof.
Oh, I think they go third string.
third string?
I think they just find a guy. You know, like I don't think
Yeah.
they do it as much anymore, but like NHL teams used to just roster guys that could just beat the shit out of people. Like I forgot his name for the
Reeves.
Maple Leafs. But the dude, Steve Ott, I think he played like 18 years in the NHL and he scored 9 goals total. But he just beat the shit out of everybody. So yeah, I think they'd go third string, but that is a fun topic to talk about. Different players on each team.
2-run homer, Florida.
Boom.
Oh, I voted for Florida on your poll.
Oh, good. I was thinking of LSU, then I changed my mind. Yeah, I think. Well, the problem with football is the second string, third string don't really play. So could you really be an enforcer if you're not on the field a whole lot? Like, are they going to put in a third string linebacker like in a crucial down or something?
So I was just thinking like what was
Maybe
the whole
special
Saints
teams?
scandal? Bounty
Oh,
scandal.
The Saints.
I'm just thinking, you just put the guy in just hey, go in there and take off Aaron Rodgers' head. It's your only
That's
goal.
true.
And he plays like a play or two, and then he's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's a great question. We could do a whole episode of each team's enforcer.
We
Yeah.
could.
Yeah.
That would be great.
We
That
might
would be
need
great.
to.
I have
Yeah.
to split it up in conferences, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
They have to all be defense, right?
I don't know.
Who's the defensive guy going to fight? They have to fight someone on offense. Oh no, I'd probably do.
Well, like, what
Big
if you
boy
just got
from
rid of the onside
Dallas.
kick and you're just like, all right, whoever wins this fight gets the ball once a game?
Miles
Like,
Garrett with Mason Rudolph.
NFL blitz.
Honestly, though, in that Miles Garrett thing, Mike Pouncey was pissed off. I wouldn't have wanted to go against him in that moment
Yeah.
Yeah.
for an offensive lineman. I don't know. There's probably some good offensive linemen in there.
Who was Andre Johnson versus
Oh, yeah.
the Titans
Cortland
dude?
Finnegan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
Finnegan.
was a great rivalry.
Yeah. Jalen Ramsey, or no. Norman, Josh
Oh,
Norman,
yeah.
and OBJ.
OBJ.
Yeah. That was AJ Green and Ramsey.
AJ Green and Ramsey, yeah. Yeah. There have been
Yeah,
some
there's
good
some
ones.
Good wide receiver DB battles.
OBJ in the kicking net.
They're happily married now.
I
They are.
can't believe he's playing. Is he going to be good?
No.
Is he in shape?
Well, yeah,
Sure,
who?
probably
The
is gonna be
Raven?
good. No. Yeah.
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 He's
That's
like
why
wide
I'm
receiver 3.
Wide receiver
Maybe
2 in
4.
front of Zay Flowers. That's why I'm so
Well,
high on Zay Flowers.
I think at the beginning of the season, they got to put Bateman at wide receiver 1. Then they realize he sucks. And then, but they have that littler guy, Duvier or whatever. He's not
Duvernay.
bad. Number 80,
Yeah.
83 or whatever. It's not terrible, but yeah.
I mean, compared to their last like 5 years, anyone's better than who they've had.
True.
Yeah.
Bring back Steve Smith.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. Bryant says, "Great show, guys. I'll see you next time." Bryant, we appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you.
My last question, guys. This is going to be a much quicker one. For Thursday nights, I think the NFL should let fans vote for the Thursday night game because the Thursday night games are garbage. So, like the week before, you get to vote.
Couldn't we just like all gang up on a team and just screw them? Like
That's true.
this team, like if they're playing, I don't know.
Maybe like a team's eligible every 4 weeks or something.
Yeah.
I think there are some logistic issues there.
Probably.
But you could probably do it at the beginning of the season when the schedule comes out. Like this is the week 13 matchups, and then you can vote from there.
Yeah.
I think would it'd be interesting. After last year, I don't think anyone's going to disagree with that.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was getting at. How do they make Thursday night better?
Yeah, I haven't really seen. Is it decent this year?
I mean, how many? There's just going to be a crap load of Jets games. There's going to be a crap load of probably there's still have the Broncos in there.
Lions twice.
Cowboys.
Are the Lions twice?
Yeah, week 1 and week 4.
Oh wow,
got them early.
What about Thanksgiving? You guys have 3 times?
You guys got me?
Yeah.
Okay. I just lost both of you for just a minute there.
Gotcha.
Does the Thanksgiving game count as a Thursday?
Technically not.
Okay.
But yeah, 3 Thursday games for them. Yeah, I forgot who plays Thursday night of Thanksgiving. But
I love how they made 3 Thursday Thanksgiving games. Greatest thing ever.
Oh,
best
man.
decision ever.
Yeah. Well,
I'm still haunted from last year's Thanksgiving Day parlay where I faded myself as my last leg and lost. Idiot. Oh, man.
You love doing that, though.
So dumb, man. I had a result for each game and a touchdown score. Hit all 3 touchdown scores, and I think actually 2 of them were first touchdowns. Not that I bet it, but that's who scored first. And then, yeah, I knew the Vikings were going to win, and I just took the points with the Patriots.
Yeah.
Didn't pan out.
That was, I remember that game. I had Myers to score, and he hurt something like in the first quarter.
Why? I think you and I both, though, were on the middle with that Giants-Cowboys game.
Yeah.
Like plus 10.5, and then we're at like Dallas money line and a lot of parlays or something.
Yeah.
Well, that was a sick backdoor.
That was nice. That was a great Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Great Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it was.
Could be even better this year.
Yeah. I think the Lions play the Bears, so they'll probably be like minus 17. Cruise will win. Fall asleep by halftime. Turkey coma. Should be nice.
I don't know if you're against the Bears. You guys might be plus 17.
All right. Come at me on Twitter, Ben.
Well, guys, you got anything else before we head out of here? I do have one question for you guys and for anybody watching. I want to know, should you be able to bet on preseason games?
Yes. I do.
You should be able to bet on anything that exists.
It's a round of yes.
I want to bet on what Wyatt has for breakfast tomorrow.
I don't eat breakfast.
That's my bet.
I want to bet that the sun doesn't come up tomorrow.
Oh, we've seen your parlays.
For you or for well, we already talked about the Titanic.
The sun's not coming up for them.
Did you guys see they had Cosmo says, yo, what's up, Cosmo? You guys see they had betting odds on if they would get found?
Did they really?
Yes.
No.
Yeah. I mean, obviously not DraftKings, but like somebody had it like at 0.95 that they don't get found and like 1.15 that they do get found.
I think it was pretty obvious that they were dead.
Yeah.
pretty quickly
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wish I took that. Wish I found the book to take that bet.
Yeah.
Would
Yeah.
have put the house
Bovada.
on it.
Bet everything on Bovada.
Would have put the sub on it.
Wait. A question that relates back to the episode. What costs more, that sub or a sub from Subway?
Or a
Wow.
sub to our YouTube channel.
That's free. That's free. Can win you a draft board.
You honestly probably get more out of the Subway sandwich than the sub. They're both pretty small. Both kind of a ripoff.
One, it just
Both
makes you
full
feel
meat.
like you're dying.
And the other and the other one's a submersible sub.
God. Okay, we got to get out of here. We're already shadow banned by YouTube. Hey, make sure you guys are subscribed. These episodes are just getting better and better. We got another episode coming out on Thursday and Friday. Make sure you guys subscribe. We're giving away those 3 free draft boards. The draft guide's coming out on July 7th, which is next Friday. Boys, we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Awesome. See you guys.
See you guys.